Winning financially is an intentional act. It is not an accidental one. So I was listening to a video that had Dave Ramsey in it, and he was talking about this idea that winning is not an accident. You don't accidentally win. You don't accidentally build wealth. You don't accidentally get out of debt. It is all intentional. And remember, I talked about in a different video about going from intensity to intentionality, and that we make choices each and every day that are either going to build us toward success or build us toward the opposite of success, financial ruin, or whatever it is that you're doing in life. So Dave Ramsey was talking about that, and he mentioned his millionaire survey in the video. So I want to go through his millionaire survey, and we can talk about the different things that actual net worth millionaires do that show that wealth is an intentional act. Winning financially is an intentional act. It is not an accidental one. Think about lottery winners. When people win the lottery, if they haven't built in good discipline of what to do with money, they're going to waste all that money and be broke within 5 years because they haven't learned how to win and how to demonstrate self-control. So this millionaire survey that I just mentioned a second ago, it was 10,000 people that are net worth millionaires, and they were given a series of questions, and they made answers to those questions. And here are some of the things that was found in that survey. So for example, 79% of all of these people surveyed had no inheritance at all. What does that tell us? That tells us that the vast majority of people who become net worth millionaires aren't getting it from somebody else. They're not born into wealth. They are building it. And if they're building it, then that means you can build it. But it's going to take intentional decisions on your part to get there. So here's something else that's interesting. Only 31% of these net worth millionaires actually earned over $100,000 a year. So if your first thought after telling you about the inheritance thing was, well, okay, then they're all doctors. Well, actually, the vast majority of them never made more than $100,000 a year. That's a lot of people in America right now. The vast majority of Americans do not make six figures. So that means that there's hope. The vast majority of Americans can become net worth millionaires if they make good decisions. So what are some of the good decisions that these net worth millionaires made? Well, 80%, or 8 out of every 10 of them, invested in their company's 401k. So if their company offered a 401k for retirement, they were putting money into it. So basically, all of these net worth millionaires were investing and putting money into retirement. It's probably safe to say that they were putting in 15% of their income. Now, that may seem impossible for many of us listening to this video right now, and that's probably because you have a lot of debts. If you have a lot of debts and payments, then of course it's hard to save or put money toward retirement because all your money is claimed. Before your paycheck ever hits your bank account, most of it's already claimed to all these creditors. So of course you can't pay yourself first and save because you're paying everybody else first. So you got to pay off those debts so that you can then direct more money toward retirement. What's another thing that these net worth millionaires are doing? Well, 94% of them said that they live on less than they make. Shocker. If you're spending less money than what you're making, you then have money to spend on bigger things, bigger goals, such as retirement, or owning your house, or paying off debt, or buying other bigger, nicer things that hopefully appreciate in value. And then interestingly enough, 75% of these net worth millionaires never carried a credit card balance. So that doesn't mean that all of them didn't have credit cards. It just means that they definitely did not go beyond their limits, that they couldn't pay it off within the month that they are swiping that card. So I'm sure there are also other ones that just don't have a credit card as well. But taking all of that into account, 75% of these net worth millionaires are not allowing credit card interest to pile up and overwhelm their finances. So if you've got credit card debt, you are going in the opposite direction of what these net worth millionaires are doing that got them to where they're at today. So you got to pay off those credit cards. Maybe you need to get rid of those credit cards if you're not able to control them, so that you can start making intentional acts that will get you toward becoming a net worth millionaire. Another thing that they said is that 85% of them use a shopping list. What has my wife said many times when I had her on the last one where it was talking about lowering the grocery bill? What was said? Stick to the list. My overspending tips, one of them was stick to the list. That's not just me saying it. 85% of people who are successful, they have a net worth millionaire portfolio account, finance, whatever you want to call it. They are sticking to a list as well. So if you're sticking to a list, you are making an intentional act toward building building your finances in the right direction, which is building wealth, of course. Lastly, respondents said that they spend $200 or less per month on restaurants. And that's a tough one right there. A lot of people spend a lot of money on restaurants. Just take into account the morning commute, getting breakfast or coffee. We're not even talking about the nice dinner restaurants or anything like that. It adds up very quickly. So these net worth millionaires are showing that if we can control our eating out habits, our out of control shopping habits, that we are making intentional acts toward building wealth when we do that. So if you have a big restaurant spending problem, if you would cut back on that and use that money to build toward bigger and better things like building wealth, investing it, putting it into a 401k, those sorts of things, then you could become part of this net worth millionaire club that Dave Ramsey has surveyed here. So this is where I'm going to wrap up this segment with a reminder, because I just went through all of the survey results. And you can find that on Dave Ramsey's website as well. He's got all the things. I'm sure he's got even more there that I didn't even highlight in this video. But the thing that you need to take away from this is that building wealth is an intentional act. You are not going to accidentally become a net worth millionaire, because even if you won the lottery right now and you don't have these good financial habits in your life, you're going to blow it. You're going to blow all that money and you're going to be right back to where you were, which was broke. So you got to start thinking about, how can I win financially? Maybe start following what some of these successful people are doing. Instead of following people on the internet talking about Bitcoin and gold and all this other stuff, start doing what these net worth millionaires are doing, and you can start to build success too. Because again, it's not just going to come by magic. It's going to come by your choices, the choices that you make every single day.